This Twins and Angels series on Fox Sports North is presented by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. The Twins hope to make a splash this weekend as the 11-game homestand continues in downtown Minneapolis. Tonight it's the opener of a 3-game series against the Angels inside Target Field. To get things started, it's Garrett Richards for the Angels going against Lance Lynn in Game 1. Richards is 1-3 over his last 6 games and included a no decision 4 weeks ago against Minnesota. Meanwhile, things are on the up and up for Lance Lynn, who looks for his 4th straight win tonight for the Twins. Welcome to Target Field, everybody. I'm Audra Martin. The Minnesota Twins started this homestand on a very promising note with an impressive series win over the Cleveland Indians, but then they had to settle for a 4-game split against Chicago. So now it's the start of a new series and a chance to end the homestand the way it started, with some solid baseball, hopefully tonight against the Angels. Here's a few things to keep in mind for the upcoming weekend series. This month is off to a great start for Eduardo Escobar, who's hit safely in 8 out of his last 9 games. In that stretch, he has 11 extra base hits, and he's driven in 15 runs, the most in baseball since May 30th. The last 2 years saw the Twins struggle a bit against the Angels with just 2 wins in each season series, but now they look to stop that trend this weekend, hoping to build off the 2-2 record so far against LA. The Twins kept Mike Trout pretty quiet last month, and that is not easy to do. He's having another MVP-worthy year, leading the league in wins above replacement and on-base percentage, not to mention those 19 home runs, which are tied for second most in Major League Baseball. Coming up, Eduardo Escobar and Eddie Rosario have been quite the dynamic duo for Minnesota recently. Dick Bramer and Bert Blyleven take a look at the impact those two are having on the Twins so far this season.
Connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today.
We are at Target Field. So far in this homestand, the Twins are 5-3. They'd like to close out the longest homestand of the year with another series win. And in the American League West, the Angels find themselves 4.5 games back. 2 teams ahead of them in their division. Similarly, the Twins are 4.5 games back, with the Tigers and Indians ahead of them in the Central. And good Friday evening to you from Target Field. Dick Raymer and Bert Blyleven for the opener with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. We all know that the Twins have had to play most of this year without Byron Buxton and Miguel Sano at their best. And instead, it's been a couple of other players who've led the team offensively.
Well, you look for guys to step up when Joe Mauer's not there either. So it has been Eddie Rosario and Eduardo Escobar since the 1st of June over the last 7 ball games. You can see how well these guys are hitting. 5 home runs for Eddie Rosario, driving in 10 runs, and doing a little bit better is his countermate, and that's Eduardo Escobar. You can see the average 4 home runs. He's driven in 12. So this 1-2 punch is playing very well together.
If this team's going to get above the 500 mark, if this team's going to be in contention for a playoff spot, it's going to be because of the starting pitching. And to that end, some encouraging signs recently from Lance Lynn.
Yeah, we saw Jose Barrios throw a complete game in yesterday's ball game. Well, it's now up to Lance Lynn, and he's been swinging. He's been pitching very well. 3-0 over his last 3 starts, while covering 18 2/3 innings. So he hopefully can go deep into the ball game here against the Angels.
Well, the Twins split a 4-game series with the Angels in Anaheim. This is the last series this year between the 2 teams, and the Twins hope to make it a good series. We'll see if they can control Mike Trout and company when we come back.
Together a solid stretch of games and gain some ground against their Central competition. Despite missing some star power, the offense has seemed to come to life lately thanks to a powerful pair. The search for consistency continues tonight as Minnesota welcomes one of baseball's brightest stars and company to Target Field. Had some showers here earlier in the evening, but now we got a beautiful night. It's Prince night here at Target Field. And Lance Lynn taking the mound for what he hopes will be his 4th straight win. He'll be taking on an Angels team that we showed you, although they're above the 500 mark, 7 games above the 500 mark they, like the Twins, are 4.5 games out of first place. And it's already been a bad day for Mike Scioscia. We'll tell you about that and the news surrounding Shohei Ohtani a little bit later on. But Mike Scioscia hoping the Angels get back in the playoffs. He's got some issues to deal with that he hoped not to have to deal with at the start of the year. Here is the Menards batting order minus Ohtani. Ian Kinsler leading off. Then Mike Trout, Justin Upton, Albert Pujols, Luis Valbuena, Zach Cozart, Jose Fernandez, Martin Maldonado, and Chris Young.
And tonight's starting pitcher stats are brought to you by Home Furniture, and that'll be Lance Lynn making his 12th start, his second against the Angels. He pitched in one of those 4 games in Anaheim. Back on May 11th, got a no decision. Threw a lot of pitches in a short amount of time, and he wants to cut that back, but he has been red hot as of late. We talked about his last 3 starts, 1.45 ERA and 18 2/3 innings, has only allowed 3 runs.
The Twins out of the field go across the outfield with Rosario, Lamar, and Kepler. Across the infield with Sano at third, Escobar and Dozier up the middle, Morrison at first, and Mitch Garver behind the plate. The Angels come in here on a bit of a roll. They've won 4 straight games and 5 of their last 6. The Twins had a really good series against them. In fact, had a chance to do better in the series than they actually did. They ended up winning 2 of the 4. Games were competitive. They usually are. You know, outside the division, I think the Twins-Angels games have typically more consistently been really evenly played. So we'll see what happens this weekend.
Well, if you have not seen Lance Lynn go about his business out on that mound, he likes his fastball. He'll throw that fastball 75–80% of the time. He'll mix in a slider, changeup, occasional curveball. Fastball in the mid-90s. Gotta be careful with Kinsler right off the get-go. This guy likes to swing the bat early. He's got a lot of home runs leading off a ball game, 47 of them in his career.
Likes that first pitch fastball. He took that one high for ball 1. Kinsler, Trout, and Upton. High fly to center field. Lamar sprinting in, Dozier out, and it is Lamar with a sliding catch at the end. Wind blowing in a little bit from center field. Kinsler didn't get much of it to start with. 1 down. Terrible news for the Angels and really terrible news for baseball. Shohei Ohtani has been put on the disabled list. He's going to be put on the shelf for 3 weeks and then re-evaluated. He was diagnosed with a grade 2 sprain of the ulnar collateral ligament. And if you have a grade 3 sprain, then you have Tommy John surgery. He has been a tremendous story in baseball. And the hope is, I think, across baseball, particularly in Anaheim, that the first chapter of the story hasn't already ended.
Yeah, talking to some of the Anaheim personnel, it's just that, you know, he had a grade 1 last year and he had that stem procedure done. We're hoping that they're going to have to wait about 3 weeks to see where he's at.
And here is Mike Trout having a season for all seasons so far. Didn't play against the Twins last year because he had a busted thumb. Big swing and a foul. But he's in the lineup, and some of the support that he has had in the lineup is no longer there, with Andrelton Simmons on the disabled list, Cole Calhoun on the disabled list, and now Ohtani.
It's been a frustrating year for Mike Scioscia already, but they're hanging in there in the American League Western Division.
Up and in 2-1. 2-2. Excuse me.
Mike Trout, 26 years old, in his 8th season with the Angels. There's Mike Scioscia in his 19th season as manager of the Angels. 19.
It's a long time.
Yes, it is.
2-2 from Lynn to Trout, and he got him on strikes with that fastball. It's his bread and butter pitch, particularly first time through the order. He features that a lot.
Well, good location of that fastball too. So 56 strikeout and 56 innings pitched for Lynn, averaging a strikeout per inning. Let's take a look at our Pizza Ranch keys to the game. I think what Lynn wants to do, he wants to control the top 4 hitters in the Angel lineup. Not only Lynn, but anybody else that comes in. This is where all their runs batted in are in this lineup. And this guy right here, B.J. Upton, has been red hot. He's been on fire.
One thing you'll notice as we walk you through the Angel lineup the first time, they are very, very heavily right-handed.
Yeah, Justin Upton, 14 home runs. He's driven in 39 runs.
Now inside. 1-1. That's where they will miss Ohtani offensively. Very potent left-handed bat. Calhoun on the disabled list. A very valuable left-handed bat. And Garver tried to frame it, rolled out of his mitt. 2-1.
Well, you don't want to see other clubs and other players get hurt like Ohtani, Simmons, but the Twins, you want to take advantage of that. They don't have they're not at full strength, so control those 4 guys on top and then see what the bottom hopefully won't do anything either.
2-1 to Upton. Missed inside. 3-1. Pujols on deck. Upton, of course, played a lot of games here when he was with the Detroit Tigers. Pujols on deck. And he missed outside, and Lynn issues his first walk.
That has been an issue for Lynn, but you look back at his St. Louis Cardinal days, he's averaged almost 4 walks per 9 innings as a Cardinal. So, but right now, that's 39 walks in 56 2/3 innings. In his last start against Cleveland, he walked 5, ended up getting the win in 6 innings.
Earlier this year, Pujols picked up his 3,000th big league hit. He's since added 25 more hits. Next man to pass on the hit list is former Twin, former Angel Rod Carew. Rodney finished with 3,053. Pujols with 3,025. And a first pitch fastball for a strike.
Yeah, these guys were teammates together in St. Louis when Lynn first joined the Cardinals back in 2011. And in that winter, Pujols signed a big contract as a free agent with the Angels.
1 strike to Pujols. And wide of the plate. Pujols will probably be now the everyday designated hitter for the Angels in the absence of Ohtani. There's a chance Ohtani will come back. That's the Angels' hope. They again will reevaluate him after 3 weeks. 1-1. Got inside, got a foul ball. It was one of the problems that the Angels had in signing Ohtani, because offensively they wanted his bat in the lineup, but he really is a designated hitter, not a position player. So when he was in the lineup, that forced the Angels to put Pujols at first base.
Yeah, Pujols 38 years old now. This is his 18th season in the major league, starting back in 2001 with the Cardinals.
1-2 to Pujols. Upton has not, well, he has stolen 3 bases in 3 tries, and the Angels have had a great deal of success stealing, particularly Mike Trout, 13 for 13. Pujols takes, and it's 2-2.
I took the slider out over the plate.
Back. Lynn reaching back for 96 miles per hour.
Yeah, Lance making his 3rd career start against the Angels, looking for his first win. In that start in Anaheim, he worked only into the 5th inning, gave 4 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, a couple walks. The biggest blow off the bat of Justin Upton, who had a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning off of him. And he's at first now.
And the bat flies. Angel dugout. A strikeout of Pujols, 2 in the inning, and we have no score. Paul Molitor hoping that his team can pick up another series win here. It's been a 5-3 homestand so far with 3 games to go. The Menards batting order for the Twins. Brian Dozier leading off, then Eddie Rosario, Eduardo Escobar, Logan Morrison, Robbie Grossman, Max Kepler, Miguel Sano, Mitch Garver, and Ryan Lamar.
And tonight's starting pitcher stats are brought to you by Home Furniture. Garrett Richards on the mound. Like Lynn, he's making his 13th start of the year, his second against the Twins. First one came back on May 10th in Anaheim. No decision in a Angels 7-4 win. Worked into the 6th inning.
It was the only start this year where he had not allowed a walk. Sometimes control's been a big issue for Garrett Richards, both in terms of walks and wild pitches. And the first pitch, a fastball at 97. Ball 1.
Yeah, 15 wild pitches, the most in baseball for Richards.
That's a big number, and I was told it wasn't on what you would think a breaking ball in the dirt. It's fastballs that have just been augured into the ground and bounced all over the place. 1-0 to Brian Dozier. Tapper foul again at 97.
Well, one thing the Angels have to have if they want to stay in the race, they need their starters to stay healthy. Now Richards here making his 13th start. That's one more than he started in 2016 and 17 if you add those two together. 6 starts in both those years. Got a nasty slider when he can get her over the plate.
High fly to center, and Trout waits a long time for it to come down, 1 away. Well, so far the Angels starters have been healthy, but there's a reason for that. We'll get into that after we show you how the Angels line up defensively. Justin Upton is in left, Mike Trout is in center, Chris Young is in right in the absence of the injured Cole Calhoun. Valbuena, Cozart, Kinsler, and Fernandez. Maldonado behind the plate. There are teams in baseball this year who have experimented with a 4-man rotation. Just about everybody else has a 5-man rotation. The Angels have had a 6-man starting rotation because of the presence of Shohei Ohtani. In Japan, he pitched once a week. That was the plan for the Angels here all along. He had a bit of a blister problem, and the blister problem came up, now the elbow problem. So they'll be without him for at least 3 weeks, and I don't know that there's a whole lot of optimism that he's going to come back right after that. 1 strike and a ball. And so one of the reasons the Angels have had such good starting pitching, they theorize anyway, is that the starting pitchers have had that extra day of rest.
Well, they have 3-4 guys in their starting rotation that didn't pitch a lot of innings the last couple of years.
But now a lace to center, and Trout again hardly has to move, 2 down. But now that potentially could change for the balance of the season, depending on what they find out in 3 weeks to see whether the platelet injection takes for Shohei Ohtani. So a lot of things are up in the air regarding the Angels and the player that was put on the disabled list today. Ordinarily, we try not to talk too much about players who can't play, but his injury could be potentially devastating to the Angels going into next year. Here's Escobar. And that ball slugged the center field. A couple of well-hit balls here in succession. Escobar's aboard with a 2-out single.
Well, Richards is going to come at you. He doesn't have a changeup. Everything is hard. Hard fastball, hard slider, occasional curveball he uses kind of as a changeup. So Escobar, first ball hitting, looking for the fastball, gets it, lines are right back up the middle. So Escobar continues to swing a hot bat.
Twins really need Morrison to pick things up again. Some tightness in his lower back. Doing a lot of extra work, try to stay loose and limber, and playing first base for that very reason, rather than DHing him and having him not active throughout the entire course of the ball game. The Twins have decided to try to leave him at first base.
With Morrison with 6 home runs, he had 38 last year for the Rays, and it seems like when he does hit the ball hard and deep, it's been foul. So just a little bit ahead as far as trying to stay aggressive with that pitch.
1-0. This one hit fairly hard to right field, and fighting the sun and making the catch is Chris Young. That nearly hit him in the lips, but he makes the catch and the inning ends, and we head to the second inning.
Said he was toying with for a few days. He's hoping that it will alleviate any pressure Miguel Sano is putting on himself in the 3 or 4 spot. And on the injury front, Irvin Santana played catch yesterday without any problems, but he won't throw off the mound until next Thursday. Joe Mauer hit again today, but Molitor says they aren't at a point yet where they can make a decision about a possible rehab stint. And it is Prince night here at Target Field. Paul Molitor said he saw Prince perform twice, once at Target Center and once at Rupert's when he made a surprise appearance. And when he learned that Prince would have been 60 years old, Molitor says, well, we're similar in age. We're also similar dancers. And guys, you can imagine that got quite a chuckle from the media.
Got it from us, too.
I don't imagine you had any connections with the Prince at all.
Oh, no, I did not.
One time I was...
one heck of a performer.
Yeah, one time I was at Met Center getting ready for a North Star telecast, and he and his band were rehearsing at Met Center. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. You're looking at Valbuena, who is the one veteran left-handed batter that they have right now. And Valbuena getting a chance to play some at third base now. You got Jose Fernandez, an inexperienced player who's also left-handed. Fontana be making his major league debut. Also a left-handed batter, but there's very little left-handed presence in this Angel lineup till further notice. 2-2. Tap to the right side. Easy play for Brian Dozier. One down.
Yeah, good changeup right there. Gets a ground ball out for Lynn.
Be interesting to see what the circumstances are that might lead Zach Duke or Taylor Rogers into the game as a left-handed reliever, because there's really, as this roster is currently constructed, there's would really be no urgency, I would think, to bring in a left-handed reliever to face someone. Here's Cozart.
Yeah, with Simmons out, Cozart, who played short for the Reds, he'll move over, and that gives Valbuena an opportunity to play some third.
Simmons sprained his ankle going into the dugout the other night, and I happened to see the video of that today, and wow, that was not good. Strike to Cozart.
Yeah, Cozart in his first season with the Angels, coming over from the Reds, where he was an all-star last year.
Strike two call.
He's a free agent, signed a 3-year contract with the Angels over the winter.
Cozart 7 for 42. He's the Angel hitter with the most exposure to Lance Lynn. And he loops one to right. And Kepler will play it on a hop, a 1-out single.
Yeah, right off the end of the bat, Kepler had to know that he could not catch that, so he just plays the first hop.
And that'll bring up Fernandez.
Fernandez just getting called up, 30 years old. He was with the Dodgers system last year. They released him. He played AA, AAA ball from Cuba. And he signed as a free agent by the Angels. This is his major league debut here. Those are his minor league numbers in Salt Lake.
Up and away, ball one.
He's a very good hitter. He had hit over 300 last year in the minors for the Dodgers. Hit 345 as we showed you.
He's got a base hit in his first major league at bat. Cozart around second, on his way to third. The throw comes through, and the Angels have runners at first and third with 1 out.
So Fernandez in his first major league at bat picks up a base hit. He fought off a high fastball and hit it into right center. And Cozart going from first to third.
Now Martin Maldonado. Lynn, while he's been on the mound, has induced 7 ground ball double plays. Now that's a bit deceiving. There have been a lot of base runners out there as well, but he has been able to get the ball beaten into the ground 7 times like that, and that ball will skip into center field for a base hit, and the Angels get 3 straight singles and the game's first run.
Maldonado picking up his 20th RBI.
Putting on that first pitch, not hitting it particularly well, but in a good spot.
Well, fastball, trying to get ahead, but you can see the location pretty much right down the heart of the plate at 93, right over the mound in the center. Now
Chris Young. In Lynn's last start Against the Indians, he was all over the place with his control. He walked 5 men over 6 innings, but he only gave up 2 hits. And now the Angels have 3 straight in the 2nd inning. Down and away, ball 1.
Those are the numbers against Cleveland. And they're winning that ball game 7-1.
Young just 1 for 7 against Lynn with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, with Calhoun on a disable list, Young, the veteran, will get an opportunity to get some at bats. He's in his first season with the Angels, coming over from the Red Sox organization.
Inside. And it's 2-0. Lack of command manifests itself in at least 2 different ways. High number of walks, and we've seen that. But we've also seen a lot of hitters counts like this too. 2-0. And Young's gearing up for a fastball. And he missed it. 2-1.
Looked like a 2-seam fastball middle in. A little bit of movement on this pitch.
That's how he's gotten 7 double play grounders. Breaking ball lifted to short center. And Dozier's backpedaling. Infield fly rule was called, even though the ball was in short center field. 2 down. Second base umpire Bruce Dretman made the infield fly rule call. Kind of a misnomer, actually, because the ball wasn't hit in the infield, but an infielder was able to play it.
Yeah, that's called basically because Brian could go out, drop the ball, and then they'd be forced out all over the place. So runners have to hold.
And it's only in a situation with runners at first and second or the bases loaded and less than 2 outs. Here's Kinsler, hit a fly ball to Lamar, his first time up. Fouled off a leg.
Kinsler off to a slow start. Comes into this game hitting only .212. Some real good years with the Rangers and the Tigers in his first season with the Angels. 4-time All-Star.
Taken low. Outside, 2-1.
Slider missed right there.
When we were in Anaheim, Kinsler had been dropped down to 7th in the batting order because he had been struggling, and now Mike Scioscia losing some key pieces of his lineup due to injury. Snap bat, and that's going to be a tough play with nobody being able to make the play. And Kinsler will get an 80-foot infield single. That ball hit into the Bermuda Triangle in the infield, and they're loaded up with 2 down.
Wake up now, wake up.
Well, like you mentioned, a snap bat right here. The ball goes toward Lynn. He's out of his reach. Now he's got to go. Once he was unable to get it, he's got to go to first base. And still thinks he could pick it up and beat Kinsler to the bag.
Well, in its own way, a function of the shift. Morrison, the only infielder on that side of the infield, and so he would have had a tough time getting to the bag. But if he had gone to the ball and Lynn had gone directly to the bag, they might have had a play. But now they're loaded up for Mike Trout, and the Twins don't want to see Trout up with men on base, much less 3 of them, too many times in this series. Struck him out his first time up. And a fastball. And a foul ball.
19 home runs on the year. Second in the American League.
Off to his best start in the season, and that's saying something. One strike. From time to time, we talk about pitches thrown under duress. Maybe in the early innings, knowing that the game might be determined in that at bat. The pitches you throw in that at bat. This is what we're talking about. These are pitches thrown under duress. 1-1 to Trout. 1-2.
High fastball right there at 95. Trout, a very good low ball hitter, so then goes upstairs.
Saw the target was down low, but the pitch delivered up high. 1-2. Chase the other fastball up there. Trout does it all, including taking walks. He's drawn more walks. Well, now he has struck out 52 times, but he's drawn 52 walks this year as well. So this, the 2-2 pitch, is a big one. Just off the plate. Bases are full and the count's full.
Working the outer half of the plate. 4 or 5 inches outside.
A big second inning showdown between Lance Lynn and Mike Trout. And a foul straight back. And this will be Lynn's 44th pitch of the evening. Trout asks for time. Another 3-2 to Trout. Lance Lynn gave up 4 singles and 1 run in the second inning, but he comes off the mound feeling like he just won the lottery.
And that is damage control.
out twice. Second time with the bases loaded. It's a 1-0 Angel lead. Now the Twins will take their swings in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Garrett Richard had a quick bottom of the first inning. 9 pitches, 6 over the plate.
He's only had 1 run of support here tonight, but that might seem a lot to him because in his last 6 games he's pitched to a 1.89 ERA, but has a 1-loss record in that time of 1-3. So he's not used to getting bases clearing doubles like Mike Trout had hoped to provide for him and his team. 1 strike to Grossman, then Kepler and Sano. And now 1-1. In fact, the entire Angel rotation. This was with Ohtani in it, and that will change now, at least in the short term. Since May 1st, the starters have pitched to an ERA of 2.61, which is outstanding. Grossman swings through. A quick breaking ball, and it's 1-2.
That's a slider. He'll throw his slider 88 to 90 miles an hour.
One and 2. Taken by Grossman to even the count.
That's more the curveball right there at 82. Richard, 30 years old, making his 6th career start against the Twins. Last time he pitched here, April of 2016. So it's been a while since he's pitched here at Target Field.
Now up, and it's 3-2. Again, in his start against the Twins, it was an effective start for him, not a deep start. But it was the only start this year where he hasn't issued at least 1 walk. He's had a couple of starts where he's walked 5. Another where he's walked 4. 3-2 to Grossman to start the second for the Twins. Tap foul. In fact, that was more than tap. He asked Robbie and said that was hit hard foul into his leg. Another 3-2 to Grossman. On the ground sharply. Scooped up by Kinsler, and he flips the first one away. Hits some balls hard here against Richards. Don't have much to show for it. Wednesday, June 20th, it's University of St. Thomas night at Target Field. A limited number of St. Thomas theme night ticket packages are available that include a game ticket and a purple and gray Twins cap. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/St. Thomas or call 833-TWINS.
That's one guy, Kinsler, at second base. He's former Gold Glove winner. We saw him with Texas and Detroit. He could play some second base. Very steady. Made a nice play right there on Grossman.
Kepler's batting average has drifted down into the 230s. A tough couple of weeks for Max. And he takes ball 1. Got the day off yesterday, along with the on-deck batter, Miguel Sano. Inside corner, and it's 1-1. Whistled into center field. Another well-hit ball, and Kepler will round first and hold up there. Other than Dozier's short fly ball, everything has been hit sharply. Rosario lined out to center. Escobar singled to center. Morrison lined to right. Grossman's ground ball had some heat behind it, and now this.
Well, again, Richards is going to attack with that fastball. He likes that fastball, and when he gets into trouble, he'll throw a lot of sliders.
Miguel Sano, both before his time on the disabled list and since, has had a very disappointing year, and that's why he is batting 7th. The lowest he's ever hit in the big leagues. And that's why a breaking ball, and there have been so many check swing strikes. His pitch recognition is off.
Well, they're hoping that dropping him in the lineup like they have will make him relax a little bit. You're not hitting in that 3 or 4 spot. And they'd like for him to finish his swing rather than that check swing.
Another breaking ball, and he'll see plenty of them. If the idea is to be exposed to a pitch, to recognize it, I suspect he'll see a lot of breaking pitches from right-handed pitchers here in this series. 1-1.
I think once he starts taking that breaking ball up the middle and the other way, then hopefully the timing will come back.
So Paul Molitor was telling me before the game that he's hit some balls to right field, but basically they've been fastballs that he's been beaten on.
Ooh.
The breaking ball taken for a strike.
It's kind of a hanger right there. So 3 straight sliders.
Paul as much as saying that, you'll know that he's opened his eyes to using the whole field when breaking pitches are hit hard to right field. He's seen 3 breaking pitches here.
And if I'm out on that mound, I'm going to try to get him away again with that breaking ball down and away.
But sometimes they've come back with fastballs for called third strikes. Bouncer to third. High hop, not fielded by Valbuena. Kepler to third. They're going to wave him around. Upton's throw is way offline, and the Twins have tied it up. Sano to second. It was a bad hop. We'll wait on the ruling, and the Twins have scored a run. That was a very bad hop. I'm suspecting they're going to give Sano a double.
See that ball come up, but I think Valbuena just took his eye off that ball. It's a lot of times bad hops land in front of you. This one was out in front.
They will give Sano a double and a run batted in. And now Garver with a runner at second and 1 down.
Good job by Gene Glenn too, because Upton doesn't have the strongest arm. And that's what he saw right there. Upton get to it. And his throw offline.
Fastball, tap foul. Sano saw 4 straight breaking balls. And hit the last one maybe with some topspin to create the bad hop. One strike to Garver. In the dirt, and Maldonado digs it out, bluffs a throw to second. That's kind of what's happened a lot of times with Richards, where the fastball's overcooked and fired right into the dirt. Now that time Maldonado did a nice job making the catch on that ball.
Yeah, the 15 wild pitch, not only in the fastball, also that hard slider.
The staff has 41 wild pitches, and he's got 15 of them. And he's only thrown 61 innings. Garver taps another one foul. Richards, the opening day starter for the Angels.
He's making 112th major league start. Did some relieving, but this is his 8th season with the Angels. Former #1 pick.
There's a breaking ball in the dirt. Maldonado fishes that out of the dirt.
Richards out of the University of Oklahoma, signed by the Angels in 2009.
Two years ago, he had what Ohtani was diagnosed with today. A strain of his UCL in his pitching arm. 2-2 to Garver. Just off the plate, 3-2.
A couple years ago, remember, he was covering first base and he didn't quite get there, and his left leg buckled on him. Excuse me, no, his left knee buckled on him. He ended up having surgery. Missed the rest of the year in 2014. So he's had some injuries that have set him back.
Last year, a bicep strain. And he's issued his first walk. Garver will fill first base. When you have what Richards had and what Ohtani now has, you have a bit of a dilemma. You don't really want to lose a player for a year plus and have the Tommy John surgery if there's an alternative. In Richards' case, the alternative was that platelet-rich injection, and so far it has worked for him. It's worked for Masahiro Tanaka of the Yankees. Sometimes it doesn't work, and then they end up going through surgery anyway. Here's Ryan Lamar. Lamar with a chance to do some early damage. I think this is a really good matchup for the Twins. Playing umpire Mike Esterbrook hearing it from the Twins dugout after that fastball was called a strike. Lamar's done well in situations like this. I just think this is a really good matchup for Ryan. I don't think velocity is a big factor for him at all. He can catch up to just about anything. That fastball at 98 is taken for a strike.
Well, Lamar questioning that. Both strike one and strike two, lower part of the strike zone, if not underneath it.
Take a look at where those pitches were. You got to trust the box, right? Oh. Two of them at or below the strike zone. That kicks away. Sano will try to advance, and so will Garver, and Garver is out. Maldonado made the right choice and throwing to second base, and Sano is safe at third, and Garver's thrown out for out number 2.
And that saves Richards a wild pitch. Good heads up by the catcher right there, because where that ball was, of course, behind, Garver's got to wait a little bit, make sure Sano's going to take off. And a quick tag by Kinsler.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, he got him there before the left hand touched the bag. Runner at third, 2 down, and now 1 and 2 to Lamar. Up and in. 2 and 2. Sano with a bad hop double, driving in a run. He's at third with 2 away.
Big guy home.
Bouncer wide of third. Lamar able to pull that 97-mile-per-hour fastball weakly, but he pulled it. And hoping for a lead when he takes the mound for the 3rd inning. Another tapper foul on another 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Lamar so many times. Wait that split second and drive the ball to the opposite field.
Yeah, Richards had that quick first inning, 9 pitches. Right now at 35.
Half swing, but he went. On a breaking ball, Lamar strikes out. The Twins tie it up with a pair of hits. It's 1-1. Overall, he had his first at bat against the Gophers in the Super Regional, and he went oppo. A 2-run home run. He got another base hit later on, so the Twins draft pick helped Oregon State beat the Gophers 8-1. It's the best 2 out of 3, and the Gophers need to win tomorrow or their season comes to an end.
And the winner of that right there goes to the College World Series.
Justin Upton will lead off the third in a tie game. Missing inside, ball 1. Lynn danced out of the fire again in the second inning. He gave up 4 singles, but just 1 run, striking out Trout with the bases loaded. Took a little off there and got a high strike, 1-1.
Yeah, the first 2 pitches look like almost changeup type speeds.
The outside corner.
Slider.
We've seen Lynn do that, I think, in all of his starts. First time through the order, it's predominantly fastballs. And then the second time through the order, mixing in more off-speed stuff. That's the way it used to be done commonly. Off the plate. Now more often than not, a starting pitcher is going to throw everything he has at hitters first time through the order.
And second time, because you're not going to see him the third time.
Throw it all out there and see how long you can go, right? And if you can get 5 innings in, you tip your cap when you walk off the field. 2-2.
Quality start.
Swing and a miss. Lynn gets another strikeout.
And strikeout number 4 for Lance Lynn. So he struck out Trout with bases loaded last inning. It comes right back. Gets a fastball past the swinging Upton.
Here's Pujols, struck out his first time up. So 4 strikeouts. He's gotten Trout, the number 2 hitter, twice. Upton, the number 3 hitter, once, and the cleanup batter Pujols in the first inning. Lifted foul. It'll reach the seats. wonder who will end up with that foul ball and whether they will cherish it as much as they should.
You know, you watch Pujols go about his business, over 3,000 hits. If Miguel Sano wants to learn, you watch guys like this, the veterans, how does he do it? So many of his hits, yes, he's got power to all fields, but so many of his hits are up the middle the other way. With the baby and all.
Holding the baby tightly in the left arm, and the carom came right to him. 2 strikes to Pujols. I told a story the other night about watching Miguel Sano hit off a tee here well before the game on Wednesday night, and he hit one from the tee halfway between the Super America sign and the upper deck in right center and the top row of seats. And then you think, how can a human being hit a standing still baseball that much? Here's Pujols bouncing one into the shift and lightly jogging to first. And then my thought was, when was the last time I saw Miguel Cabrera pull a ball for a double or a home run? Cabrera does an awful lot of damage. He's going to the Hall of Fame, and I can envision him hitting it no closer to the foul pole and left than left center, and then all the damage done to center and right center.
And to me, that's Albert Pujols too.
Yeah, right.
Way, so
2 down, and here's Valbuena. And a strike. Valbuena bounced out to Dozier. Pujols, of course, did pull his 600th home run right down the left field line against Irvin Santana last summer in Anaheim. But you can't get that many hits unless you use the whole field. 1-1 to Valbuena. Just off the plate, 2-1.
Those guys are called professional hitters. You know, Rod Carew, Tony Oliva, guys that just went about their business and were great hitters. You mentioned Cabrera.
Edgar Martinez was another one.
Yes.
And
even Victor.
Mr. Molitor as well. This one's down the left field line, hit pretty well, but twisting foul. And of course, what's frustrating is the Twins patiently wait for Sano to figure that out. Buxton too. Here you got 2 guys in house who've done that wonderfully, Rosario and Escobar. 2-2 to Valbuena. And a foul ball. Got Mike Estabrook. He's okay.
Yeah, a lot of times, you know, the catcher will go out to the pitcher to get the home plate umpire a little bit of advantage, but if you go too far, that's going to be a trip.
If I was an umpire, I got hit in the mask and the catcher went out, I'd give him a bonus mound visit. Instead of taking one away, give him an extra one.
Well, you see Mitch kind of taking his time, making sure that Mike Estabrook's okay.
There's a brotherhood there, I think, between catchers and umpires.
Yes, for sure. They get hit in places that you don't want to get hit.
There you go. Mike Estabrook quickly asked Roberto Ortiz, and it's ball 3.
Valbuena, 32 years old, out of Venezuela, signed by Seattle back in 2002. Came to the big leagues with Seattle in 2008. He's played for the Indians, the Cubs, the Astros. Now in his 2nd season with the Angels.
Three and 2 to Valbuena. And he took a walk. Second walk issued by Lynn, and that'll bring up Kozar. Very clean combination. tonight. Looking at defense, Max Kepler been very strong and accurate from right field. And we saw Rosario throw out a runner at the plate yesterday. Helping out Jose Barrios in his second Major League complete game victory. Squirted foul over the Twins dugout, 1 strike. Lynn's pitch count is up. Not only has had a couple of walks, but some deep counts along the way. With Simmons out now, Cozart's signing really might be important for them. He is a pretty good shortstop. Signed with the Angels with the understanding he would play third base. But the Twins have had their own player go back and forth on the left side of the infield. And that, of course, is Escobar, and he's done very well there. 2-1. Trying to wrap up the third inning here. Pitch number 64, that might do it. Lamar back, still on the outfield grass to put it away. 1-1 our score after 2.5. Brand in the Twin Cities. By Grant Casino, the best stories start here. And by Wisconsin Dells, the water park capital of the world. Beautiful night here. We've got a day game tomorrow, another day game on Sunday, and then the homestand comes to a close, and the Twins envision, well, it'd be nice to go 7-4, maybe even 8-3. Chance to pick up some ground maybe on the Indians, who are playing in Detroit this weekend. Here's Brian Dozier starting the third inning.
Twins gonna have to find a way to get back to 500, then go from there.
First pitch taken for a strike by Dozier. He'll be followed by Rosario and Escobar. He's hit some balls hard against Richards. Up and in, 1-1. Ball up, taken for ball 2. It's time for somebody else to step up and take a little of the hitting pressure off of Escobar and Rosario. They've carried the team long enough. Dozier takes a strike, and it's 2-2.
Well, I remember for a while it was Rosario and Kepler, and then now Kepler's gotten a little bit cold.
Yeah.
Wow. Seriously.
I don't know if the Twins dug out or some of the fans around the Champions Club unhappy with that, but that was right there on the corner.
Might have been the way that Maldonado caught that ball. He was sitting away, and the ball was inside.
2-2 to Dozier. Now inside, you're right. He hasn't caught the ball very well. Maybe the movement, the velocity would make him a tough guy to catch.
Yeah, that's more of a slider right there. That Maldonado, you're expecting it to be down and away, and it ends up down and in.
Twins have taken one walk, Garver walk, with one out in the second. Swing and a miss, a breaking ball, strikes out Dozier, one away.
And Richards picks up his second strikeout.
Now time for Lowe's whole team together, focusing on the Twins' best hitters during the homestand. And to no one's surprise, Escobar and Rosario are on top. Ryan's had a nice homestand, Lamar, Grossman. But this Twins team is going to get to 500 and beyond when we see Sano's name on that list and Buxton's name on that list. Here is Rosario lined out to center, his first time up.
And hopefully Mauer.
And Mauer, yes. Up high, ball one. Rosario really emerging nationally as one of the better hitters in the game. His .312 average, 9th in the American League in hitting. 43 runs batted in, 6th in the American League. 14 home runs, tied for 10th in the American League. On the ground, but skittering over is Cozart. He makes the play, 2 down. That'll bring up Escobar. Still takes me by surprise sometimes, as I'm sure it does fans. You see a ground ball like that, you think, well, that's a base hit. Then you look up and there's somebody standing there. Escobar hit one up the middle for a base hit his first time up.
Hey, jumped on the first pitch, a fastball.
And the Angels remember that and throw a fastball up out of the strike zone. He doesn't chase it, ball one. That's where he likes it, but at 98, got a swing and a miss.
But again, Maldonado wanted that fastball down and away, and it is down and in.
If Escobar's ever let one of those go by. He loves that fastball down and in. Breaking ball hit high and deep to right center field. Trout looking up. This ball is off the wall. Escobar wants a triple. And he has a stand-up triple with 2 down in the third. Kind of likes hanging breaking balls, too.
Has a breaking ball right there. Good swing by Escobar. His first triple of the year to go with his 24 doubles. See the curveball? About knee high, but Escobar just went and hit it high off that wall out in right center. And Escobar hustling out of that box. And right there, I can make it to third. So a 2-out triple for Escobar.
And now Logan Morrison will bat. Morrison lined out to right field his first time up. Fouled away, 1 strike. Situations like this, if made Mike Scioscia squirm a little bit. A guy out there with 15 wild pitches, and somebody hits a 2-out triple. One strike to Morrison. Checked his swing, but not in time, and it's 0-2. Morrison questioning Mike Estabrook.
I think he was asking Estabrook just ask for help.
Oh, 2 to Morrison. And up high.
It's got to be tough to catch.
Well, I think we've seen that. It's been awkward reception of the pitches.
I mean, Maldonado, I think, just better off just sitting right down the heart of the plate, just moving just an inch or two left or right. Seems like when he moves to one corner, the ball's at the other corner.
And he got him with a breaking ball. And the Twins leave Escobar at third. It's still 1 apiece.
Wisconsin Dells. If you have a chance to take a visit, check out the Kalahari Resort, which features an exciting mix of rides, slides, and adventures for the whole family. From the amazing water park to the indoor theme park, Kalahari offers an array of attractions for children of all ages. Plus, with amenities such as Spa Kalahari and Salon, exceptional dining options, and championship golf, Kalahari goes beyond your expectations. Guys?
You ever been there?
Wisconsin Dells, yeah.
Have you? I have never have.
It's great for kids, and
those rides look like adults would enjoy it too.
Right. But we took the family to Chicago or Milwaukee on a baseball trip. Stopped at Wisconsin Dells, had a good time. 1 strike to Jose Fernandez, singled in his first big league at bat, and now a drive to right center field. This ball's hit well, and Lamar's on the track to haul it in. 1 away.
Well, Lance Lynn needs a quick inning. 2 pitches right there, he gets an out. Already 66 pitches.
We'll bring up Martin Maldonado, who drove in the Angels run with a single. Angels got 4 singles. All 4 of their hits were singles. They came in the 2nd inning. And they scored 1 and left the bases full. Ball 1. Twins, as we've shown you, 5 games below the 500 mark. Cleveland 4 games above. There is a strike.
Nice crowd here tonight.
Now there should be. It's Prince night. It's a beautiful night. Twins have played decent baseball here in this homestand. Fouled back. One and two. And now time call. Lynn's ERA has been a pretty steady decline. Just 3 earned runs allowed coming into today in his last 3 starts. Foul tip. Strike 3. According to Mike Estabrook, he didn't see that Garver dropped the ball, or that he didn't, that the ball hit the ground, and so now the at-bat is not over. It's been kind of a questionable last 5 minutes for Mike Estabrook.
Let's take a look, see if he makes contact with this ball. I thought he swung over the top.
Well, it looked like.
I don't think, you know, even though he dropped the ball, that's still strike 3 if he did not make contact.
Well, I think the consensus was around home it was a foul tip.
That he foul tipped it.
Yep. And then the question was whether Garver was able to catch the foul tip without the ball hitting the ground, and that was not the case. 1 and 2. And a high fastball settles it on the next pitch.
And strikeout number 5 for Lynn.
Replay coming up, brought to you by Dodge.
Well, good high fastball right here. 95.
2 down, and now Chris Young, the number 9 batter. And a first pitch strike. And a foul on a breaking ball.
.26 pitches in that second inning where he had the bases loaded and struck out Mike Trout. 20 last inning, so far 9 here. And a quick out here for the third one.
Ooh, Lynn thought he had strike 3. He doesn't even want the return throw from Garver until he lets off a little steam. Tried to burn the outside corner. Did he get it?
I think he's outside a bit.
Yeah. Garver tried to frame it, bring it back in. Missed again. I'm guessing it's easier for a catcher to steal a low strike for a pitcher than the east and west. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the inside outside corner, you can catch the ball low and bring your glove back up and get a call that might not have been a strike. But if it's laterally inside or outside, that's got to be a tougher framing job for a catcher, I would think.
I think it's harder one for the umpire too to call that one down and away on the corner, because where he sits up, always on the, you know, the hitter's side of the catcher.
Right. Breaking ball popped up, and no play for Garver. Young hanging tough. Lynn trying to wrap up the 4th inning here without having thrown 80 pitches. It's a fair ball and weakly hit. Morrison, the only infielder there, and he'll make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3-4 for Lynn. Well, if you've got a purple suit and you're coming to a ball game, you better wear it tonight.
I like it a lot.
Pepsi fans of the game. I do not have a purple suit. Do you have a purple suit?
No, I do not.
Years and years ago, I know Torrey Hunter had a purple suit.
Had a purple Challenger.
Yeah, I know that. The batter is Robbie Grossman, leading off the 4th in a tie game. Grossman grounded out to 2nd his first time up. Got a good at bat.
Yeah, Kinsler made a good play on that.
Two strikes to Grossman. Very high and away, and even that, Maldonado just seemed like it was surprising to him that he had to reach up and pull that ball down.
He probably feels it. I don't know. I don't think they have any knuckleball pitchers, but just got to be like catching a knuckleball. You don't know where that ball's going.
And he can't catch that one cleanly either. 2-2. And over the inside corner. Grossman strikes out, 1 away in the 4th. Join the Twins season ticket holder family today. Get the best seats at the best price and be instantly enrolled in the Sweet Spot Benefits and Rewards program. Benefits include a 10% discount on food, beverage, and merchandise, early entry on select dates to watch Twins batting practice, and a lot more. Visit twinsbaseball.com/season tickets to learn more. Here's Max Kepler. Singled and scored his first time up. Foul back. Good cut by Kepler.
Now, watching Richards pitch, you could almost say he's effectively wild. You know, his catcher's having a tough time catching. It's like those last 2 pitches, last 3 to Robbie. Both of them were way off the plate the first one, and then he shaves the inner part of the plate. to get the strikeout.
And Kepler takes up high.
It's all-out effort on every pitch that Richards throws. They worked on him stepping to the side to get to that balance point a little easier. With his left foot right there. And then the explosiveness off that pitching rubber.
Again, at least in the short term, it looks like the pitching plans for the Angels will change with the injury to Shohei Ohtani. They will be going from a 6-man rotation to a typical 5-man rotation. So a little more workload will be asked of Richards and the others. Tap foul. 2-2. And it was working so well for the Angels, he kind of thought, well, maybe that'll be the next phase in the pitching evolution that we've seen. Teams will go to a 6-man rotation, and then maybe instead of having a 100 pitch count, it'll be 110, 115, or 120, because you should be able to expect more of your starters. But all that's been crumpled up and thrown in the garbage bin for the short term with Ohtani's injury. 2-2. I was talking with Hideki Okuda, who covered the Twins for a while when Sayoshi Nishioka was here. Hideki, really good baseball journalist, and he was in Chicago following Yu Darvish's attempts to get off the disabled list. He came here for this series to cover Ohtani, and of course Ohtani never even came to Minnesota. 2-2 to Kepler. Bounced foul. And Hideki Okuda said, you know, they've had kind of a long history of that with high profile pitchers in Japan coming over here and the elbows blowing. Tanaka had elbow problems within 2 years of coming here. Darvish has already had the Tommy John surgery, and here the Angels thought they were doing the right thing in letting Ohtani pretty much pitch as he did once a week in Japan, and now he's broken down. And a nice at bat here for Kepler.
I don't know, I just don't see pitchers throwing a lot of long toss anymore. You know, it's just I guess if somebody had the correct answer why all these pitchers are breaking down, clubs would try to fix it. Some people say they're throwing too hard. Some they say they're not throwing enough.
And another foul. Kepler really battling Richards.
But a guy like Richards, okay, he's only made 6 starts in each of his last 2 years, so a total of what, 60 innings that he got on that mound. So
that's one of the concerns now.
Right.
I mean, we're here in the beginning part of June. He's been fine, but
right
after the All-Star break, what are you going to be able to get from him? Another 2-2 to Kepler. You know, even if you know the elbow stays strong, the shoulder stays strong, just in terms of endurance and stamina, he just hasn't pitched much the last couple of years. And down and in 3-2 with Sano on deck.
Yeah, his best year, Richards, in 2015 when he worked 207 innings and won 15 ball games. But in 5 years with the, 8 years with the Angels, he's been on a disabled list 5 times for a long stretch of time.
And Kepler really hanging tough, and that took a bite out of Maldonado. It 10 pitches in this at bat, 5 2-strike fouls. Squirted to the left side. Valbuena has it. Finally, the at-bat comes to an end. It's out number 2.
But a good at-bat by Kepler, even though he did make the out with 11 pitches.
You can see Richards' reaction. 11 pitches. And, like, why did it have to take so long? Here is Sano, who hit a bad hop double down the left field line that tied the game in the second inning. Saw 4 breaking balls from Richards. Fastball off the plate. Fastball and a swing and a miss. But a full swing.
You don't see this too often. The infielders are actually playing their positions.
So if he hits one up the middle, it should be a base hit.
Yeah, wow. There's that breaking ball.
1-2. Fastball that hit Maldonado up around the collarbone, or is that a slider?
I don't think that made it to the plate.
Barely made it out of the grass. Breaking ball. 2-2 to Sano. Targets on the outside corner and a high breaking ball. This was a fastball, a swing and a miss, strikeout, and a 1-2-3-4.
Situation in the second inning, and in the bottom of the second, Miguel Sano, thanks to a bad hop over the head of Valbuena, picks up an RBI as Kepler scores to tie the game at 1 apiece. And Lance Lynn's worked 4 innings. He's thrown 77 pitches, but he does have 5 strikeouts, and he's given up 4 hits, all of them in the second inning.
So now, as we go to the 5th inning in a 1-1 game, it's the 3rd time through the batting order, starting with Ian Kinsler, single and 2 trips. And a first pitch strike. counting this start. In his last 4 starts, Lynn's only allowed 4 runs. 1 tonight. Kinsler takes off the plate. Jason Kipnis has hit a 3-run home run in the 9th inning in Detroit to give Cleveland a 4-1 lead. Sharply on the ground. Nice pickup to his left. Escobar on target to Morrison. Good play by the Twins shortstop.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you put Escobar. Of course, we've seen him a lot at third, but makes a nice play to his left and gets Kinsler at first. You know, Tim Laudner brought up a good point in the pregame. You know, going in spring training, Escobar was going to be the utility guy. You know, Polanco is going to play short. Sano at third, Dozier at second, Mauer at first. And he has done everything the Twins have wanted him to do without committing an error defensively.
Strike on the outside corner to Mike Trout. Lynn has struck him out twice. Most importantly, he struck him out in the 2nd inning with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Last time Mike Trout was in Minnesota, he was here in early February watching his beloved Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Big Eagles fan. I found out today that his dad Jeff played in the Twins organization. He was signed by the Twins back in 1983. Played 4 seasons in the minor leagues, got as high as AA. He went back home and became the baseball coach.
0-2. He was here this winter. Told me when we were in Anaheim, he stayed at a house in Minnetonka. Just had a great time. Really impressed with the city. Of course, the fact that his Eagles won might have impacted his opinion of the Twin Cities area. 1-2. And then to the backstop, 2-2. Of course, before all that, his Eagles dispatched the Vikings rather handily in Philadelphia. Two and two from Lynn to Trout. Slow breaking ball. It's lifted to right center. Kepler underneath it. 2 away.
Yeah, that's slow changeup right there on Trout. A fly ball out.
Well, with tonight's showstopper, we are checking in on the Dodgers, who got off to a strong start last night against the Pirates thanks to Jock Peterson's leadoff home run. But that was just the beginning of a really good night for him. He added a double and then a 2-run blast to help the Dodgers to an 8-7 win over Pittsburgh. And guys, after that subpar start to the season, things are certainly heating up for the Dodgers. They've won 15 of their last 20 games, averaging nearly 6 runs a game in that stretch.
Well, they're going to have to do without their ace, Clayton Kershaw, for a while. 1 on strike now to Justin Upton.
Yeah, that National League Western Division, very, very close. The Padres, who are 6 games under 500, only 4.5 out.
Yeah.
But there's 4 teams within a game and a half.
Fouled away, 2 strikes.
We got the Diamondbacks, a half-game lead coming into today's play over the Rockies, and then the Dodgers and the Giants, a game and a half behind the Diamondbacks.
Both the Angels and the Twins 4.5 games back in their divisions, each team with 2 teams ahead of them. Mentioned Cleveland's in Detroit. Both those are the 2 teams ahead of the Twins. One of those teams is going to lose, and right now it looks like it's going to be the Tigers. 2 strikes to Upton. Down and away. I think what we've seen, Bert, since Lynn's start towards the end of May, what the Cardinals saw from him pretty much all season long. And if you want to write it off for the fact that he didn't have a full spring training, that seems to be the most convenient excuse. And I'm not so sure that's not the most accurate excuse.
Well, he told me he came out of spring training a little bit of a groin injury right there. Strike 3 and strikeout number 6. for Lynn. Another 1-2-3 inning.
7 in a row sent down by the Twins right-hander. Wisconsin Dells. You'll cruise the Wisconsin River, explore hidden passages, and see towering cliffs and dramatic rock formations while learning about the local history of the area. 1-1 our score, bottom of the 5th. It's Mitch Garver, then Ryan Lamar, then Brian Dozier as the Twins try to take the lead against Garrett Richards. Garver walked his first time up, was thrown out trying to advance on a stray pitch later in the inning. So no advance to third, but Maldonado threw out Garver at second. 1-0.
Again, that was a heads-up play by Maldonado, because as that trail runner, you don't know when to take off, because you don't know if Snow's going to go or not.
Half swing and a tapper, foul, 1-1.
Talking to Bobby Wilson about Mike Scioscia being, the manager he's been for 19 years, but also the catcher that he was. He expects a lot out of his catchers behind the plate, to call the game, to block the ball. Scioscia was one of the best at it when he was with the Dodgers for all those years.
You learn very quickly, I think, that if you are a catcher at this level, probably even more so in the minor leagues, and you're playing for a former catcher as a manager, you're under the microscope. Terry Steinbach used to tell the story that, of course, he was converted to a catcher and got to the big leagues, and tapper foul. One of his first games catching for Tony La Russa, who was a catcher. Terry got 2 or 3 hits in one game, and La Russa wanted to see him afterwards in the office, and the A's won the game, and he thought, well, this is going to be good, I'm going to get a little pat on the back and all that. They shut the door, and the meeting did not go well for Terry. La Russa didn't like how he called the game, and you can imagine Mike Scioscia having a few conversations like that over the years with his catchers too. Full count now to Garver, just missed the outside corner.
And Bobby Wilson told me he really enjoyed playing with the Angels the time he was there. He came up with it. That slider missing away.
Full count to the leadoff man in the 5th.
He said he learned a lot from that man.
And up high, the fastball. The leadoff man is on for Lamar.
The second time Garver has taken a walk, and the number 3rd walk.
Tomorrow on Fox, Aaron Judge and the Yankees take on the Mets in the latest chapter of the Subway Series. Coverage begins at 6 on Fox, or stream it live on Fox Sports Go.
Yeah, it's 2 walks for Richards, Garver twice.
Lamar ended up striking out on a check swing. See what, if anything, the Twins ask Lamar to do. I think they believe him to be a pretty good bunter. Garver, of course, not the fleetest of foot, but the lead run here in the 5th inning would loom rather large. Valbuena in a step or two at third. And there he squares and drops down a bunt foul. Cleveland beat Detroit 4-1. Trevor Bauer with another well-pitched game for Cleveland. There are the signs.
Those are relayed over to Gene Glenn at third base, which are relayed to the hitter.
And they've been intercepted by the Angels in their dugout by Alfredo Griffin or somebody like that, Dino Ebel. And they're trying to figure out what the Twins' signs are. And Lamar asks for time. They will have changed since the Twins were in Anaheim a month or so ago. Off the plate, something like a hit and run is less apt to be called here because Richards has already proven he's kind of all over the place. You send Garver in a hit and run here and the pitch a foot and a half outside, well, then Garver's a dead duck at second base.
Being a pitcher really didn't have to worry about the signs that were given, but an everyday player, I know when I was in Anaheim and Bob Rogers was a manager, he changed the indicator every day. Every day.
The indicator
meaning say that whatever the indicator would be, if he touches his hat, Gene Glenn touches his hat, the next sign would be what he wants to put on, and then you can always go down your arm and rub it off. Means you could give the sign but rub it off. It's pretty complicated.
And if you don't give the indicator, everything you do there is meaningless.
Meaningless, right? Yeah, we had guys going to that dugout. Okay, what's the indicator today? I had no idea.
2-1 to Lamar. Fouled away. It will reach the seats 2-2.
Yeah, have you seen that one commercial to where the third base coach is screaming at the hitter, "We're going to squeeze right here."
First pitch.
On the first pitch.
I think it's a shaving commercial, right?
I believe so.
2-2.
Gene Glenn right there, good baseball man.
Richards has had a couple of deep counts here to start his 5th inning. 2-2 to Lamar. And a foul tip. Lamar just got a piece to keep the at bat alive.
In and out of the glove of Maldonado. Both starters using a lot of pitches early. Lynn with 89. This will be pitch number 84 for Richards.
Got him on a breaking ball.
Nasty slider right there, down and away. Lamar strikes out for the second time. And strikeout number 5 for Richards. This is a nasty slider. Look at that movement.
Garver still at first, now 1 down, and here's Dozier with a fly ball to center and then struck out in the 3rd.
That's strikeout number 6 for Richards.
Strike. I showed you earlier that Dozier's had a decent homestand. Batting average had climbed to 247. And to take advantage of Garver's leadoff walk here in the 5th. Strike 2. Look at what Bryant's done the last couple of years with all the home runs and batting average that's improved in time. Came into the season with a .251 major league batting average, so his .247 at the start of the game, just a couple of ticks off his career pace. 42 home runs 2 years ago, 34 last year, and so far just 9 on the season this year.
Yeah, he had a career high .271 last year.
Dozier gone on 3 pitches, and that'll bring up Rosario.
Strikeout number 7.
Are you game for a little excitement? Head to foxsportsnorth.com, submit a photo and message for the opportunity to be featured in the Minnesota Lottery Winners Circle during our broadcast, and receive $100 in scratch tickets with the Minnesota Lottery. Every day is game day. Here is Rosario, lined out to center in the first and hit a ground ball to second in the third. The start of a new series. The Angels, a new team, trying to figure out how to get this guy out. Strike on the outside corner. I think what the White Sox concluded with him hitting 4 home runs in the series, you can't throw him pitches out of the strike zone. And then they found out in the series finale yesterday, you can't throw him pitches in the strike zone either. 5 home runs this month, 1 strike from Richards. Well, that pitch was shoulder high,
but he likes it up there.
0-2. They threw him a strike yesterday and paid the price.
A little cutter right there.
Big 3-run home run, and that helped open up the ball game. Twins ended up splitting the series with the White Sox. Pitch number 90 coming up for Richards, and it's an 0-2 pitch to Rosario.
Yeah, see?
8 inches outside, single to left center. And running to third is Garver, and Rosario on an 0-2 pitch keeps the inning alive for Escobar.
Yeah, even on an 0-2 pitch, you know that he's just looking something to hit, and Richards going away. You can see Maldonado where he's set up 3 or 4 inches outside. And Rosario with those strong hands is slapping the ball the other way.
I thought of all people, Jack Morris brought up a good point. I think it was yesterday, talking about Rosario, maybe the day before. You know, he swings at pitches out of the strike zone and does damage because his hitting fundamentals are so good. He keeps his head down on the barrel of the bat. He doesn't pull out. And even though that pitch was 8 inches outside, you know, he stayed focused and kept his front shoulder in and followed through and made solid contact.
But his hands are so strong. You know, he'll commit, but he keeps those hands back, and he trusts his hands to flip that bat through that where the ball is pitched.
First and third, and a long meeting at the mound here, or on the mound. Everybody in the infield a part of the conversation. And Escobar, who already has a single and a triple, comes up here with runners on the corners and 2 down. On the outside corner, strike 1, bending a breaking ball.
They got a fastball that he got his first hit on, a base hit in the first, and then in the third inning got a breaking ball that stayed up, and Escobar hit his first triple of the year.
Big pop-up. And Valbuena, he doesn't lose it in the twilight. He makes the catch, the Twins strand 2, and we move to the 6th, tied at 1. shines the spotlight on Brian Dozier, who created Dozier's Heroes, the program in partnership with the National Guard. Military members and their families are invited to each Friday home game, and today Brian welcomed Minnesota National Guard members from Alpha Company 134th BSB. Very nice gesture by Brian. They picked a good night to come.
Nice.
We got a good ball game here. It's a beautiful night. Albert Pujols will lead off the 6th.
Yeah, these players, Twins players, and players throughout Major League Baseball give so much back. Great different charities, fundraisers.
Lynn bends a breaking ball across. Strike 1 to Pujols. And another one, 0-2. We had Lynn on after his good outing against Cleveland. He talked about his approach and how he, the first time through the order, likes to establish the fastball and then mix in the other stuff. And we've seen that in evidence here tonight. And at least so far tonight, he's kept the walks under control. Just 2 of them. 4 singles. They all came in the 2nd inning when the Angels got their run. Half swing. Good he go. Wow.
Jim Reynolds, he says that's Albert Pujols. I can't call that.
I don't care who it is. It looked like he went from up here.
Well, he struck out on almost the same pitch in his last at bat.
That he went.
Yeah, he went.
He went. That's not good.
That was in the first at bat. He swung at a slider down and away.
And now 2-2.
Again, these two were teammates, Lynn and Pujols, back in 2011. Lynn's first year in the big leagues. Pujols' last year with the Cardinals.
Fouled straight back.
Three-time National League MVP for Pujols when he was with the Cardinals, 2005, 2009, 8 and 9.
Lynn tries again at 2-2. Tapper. And Sano cuts in front of the shortstop Escobar. Plenty of time to get Pujols one away. Bring up Valbuena. MLB at bat is your #1 Twins app. You can customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Twins home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at bat today. One down in the 6th. Here is Valbuena. Drew a walk his last time up. Depending somewhat on what the Angels find out in 3 weeks when they reevaluate Ohtani's elbow. Gotta believe they're going to do something to try to get a left-handed batter in here. Now, if Ohtani can at least hit, even if he can't pitch, but if he can at least hit, then he's the designated hitter. But then that means Pujols goes to first base. That's not the best situation either.
It's his right arm, and being a left-handed hitter, that extension of one, especially with Ohtani's swing, it puts a lot of pressure on that right elbow area. Only time will tell.
That was one of the concerns when the Angels signed him. Okay, he's a right-handed thrower, really good pitcher and all that, but he's a left-handed batter, and that pitching arm is exposed to being hit by a pitch. We see that a couple of times a game. Mike Scioscia just shaking his head side to side.
That was a high fastball right there, called a strike. Buena did not like it, and neither did the manager, Mike Scioscia.
1-2. And a half swing there, strike 3. Because Valbuena is not Albert Pujols.
Oh, he had some words with Estabrook before he left. But it's strikeout number 7 for Lance Lynn. Breaking ball.
Valbuena did essentially what Pujols did a few minutes ago.
Watch right here. Garver kind of gets in the way, but Valbuena he barked at him a little bit.
9 in a row set down by Lance Lynn. Here's Zach Kozart. Single and a run scored and a line out to Lamar in center field. Up just a bit, ball 1. Seattle beat Tampa 4-3. The Mariners, one of the great stories in baseball in the first couple months. Actually leading the Astros by a game because the Astros are struggling. The Mariners are playing really good baseball, and another 1-run win tonight. Strike called, and it's 1-1, and Kozart looks back at Estabrook. And now Mike Scioscia's barking at Estabrook.
Earlier in the ball game, the Twins dugout was barking at him. Everybody's barking at him.
Why would you want to be an umpire then? You get people unhappy with you all the time. 2-1. Trevor Hildenberger getting loose with Lynn over the 100 pitch count. Threw 113 pitches in his last outing, covering 6 innings. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, that was that game we didn't televise. Remember, everybody thought, okay, after 5 he was like 93, 94. He went out there one more inning, ended up with 113 and pitched another shutout inning.
Two and 2 to Kozart. Now 3 and 2. Fernandez on deck. Tapper left side. Escobar charges. Fires on the run. And another 1-2-3 inning for Lance Lynn. 6 really strong innings again here tonight. Needs at Menards and by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. A nice tight taut ball game. Each team scoring a run in the second inning. Now the Twins will hit in the 6th, and they'll start by sending Logan Morrison to the plate. And 6 strong innings again for Lance Lynn. And the Twins will hope that he continues to pitch the way he has in his last 4 starts. Last 4 starts, he's gone 6 2/3, 6, 6, and 6, and he's given up a total of 4 runs in those 4 starts.
See if the Twins could put some runs on the board right here. Maybe give them a win.
First pitch strike from Richards. He's pitched well tonight too. And now down and away, 1-1. Twins have taken a couple of walks. They've got 4 singles, 3 singles, a double and a triple. What's missing out of the team cycle is a home run.
Sounds like a call to me.
Go, go. In foul ground, and a nice sliding catch by Valbuena. Valbuena sliding onto the warning track after a long run makes a really nice catch.
Yeah, he had to go a long way for that ball right there. Very nice running catch with a little slide at the end. Good concentration, seeing where he's at on the field. As he grabs it, he slides on the turf. Good concentration, nice catch.
1 down, and now Robbie Grossman. Grossman with a bouncer to second. He was called out on strikes in the 4. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Richards has been good all year long. Had a couple of rough starts, but who doesn't after a dozen starts? Coming off a good one his last time out. And he's gotten a lot of those swings and misses, both on the fastball and the breaking ball.
He comes into this ball game 4 wins, 4 losses, and ERA very good at 3.25. Given up 33 runs, 22 earned runs. That's 11 unearned runs he has given up. There's usually a pretty good defensive ball club behind him.
Just missing the 1 run that the Twins got was because of a bad hop double, but it was a play that Valbuena could have made. 1-2 to Grossman.
Ouch.
That got the catcher. I think it got Grossman.
Maldonado ended up running into Grossman. He's trying to block that ball. Take a look right here. Ball in the dirt. Maldonado. Watch out.
2-2 to Grossman. Beaten foul.
Prince guitar.
Look at that. Eddie Rosario can do it all. A drive to right field. It is deep and gone. Robbie Grossman with his 2nd of the year.
Oh, there's your call.
A little late. I called it in the Morrison at bat.
Now Robbie getting a pitch in and hammering it. A breaking ball. And Robbie does give the Twins a 2-1 lead. Guitar and all, celebrating.
And now Kepler takes ball 1.
Now for Richards, that's only the 8th home run he's allowed, this being his 13th start.
Down and away now, 2-0.
Thank you. One more, Griffin.
Big swing by Grossman to put the Twins in front for the first time tonight. And now 3-0 to Kepler with Sano on deck. And Sano picked up ball 4. Now Kepler probably wasn't going to go to second base anyway, but Sano picked up what was ball 4. It's a walk for Kepler. And Sano will hit against somebody else.
Yep. That ball's still in play. Take a look at the home run by Grossman. 422 feet.
And Richards comes out after issuing a 4-pitch walk after the Grossman home run. Pitch in his last 6 starts, ERA of 1.89, just not much run support, and the same things happened to him again here tonight.
Yep. 105 pitches for Richards, 65 for strikes, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts.
And he comes out. Lynn has a lead of at least 1. He's already excused for the evening. And now Sano will hit against Noe Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez making his 31st relief appearance, 34 1/3 innings, 13 walks, 2 intentional with 40 strikeouts. Fastball, big sweeping slider, and a changeup in his 2nd season with the Angels. Spent 3 seasons as a reliever with the Boston Red Sox.
Sano tied the game with a bad hop double, pulling a breaking ball in the 2nd. Then he struck out swinging at a fastball in the 4th. Need to see Sano showing signs of figuring it out and driving the ball, not necessarily to left field. Breaking ball, strike 1. Hit a big 3-run home run to right field earlier in the homestand, but as Paul Molitor said, he got beaten by a fastball.
Well, that just shows how strong he is.
Right.
Either a home run or.
I think it. Best way to put where Miguel is at right now. 1 strike. In apparently trying to pull all the time, he is early. And it's a lot like being invited to somebody's house for dinner. If you're early, you're not on time. And that's kind of where Sano's at the plate right now. Off the plate, 2-1. Now I say that, and I'm assuming you know what I mean, but I don't have any proof of that. I've never been invited to your house for dinner.
Oh, yes, you have. He was swam in our pool. Had to change the water.
2-1. Kepler a candidate to run, but frankly the Twins haven't done much of that. He does not have a stolen base this year in his only try.
Actually, I turned my pool into a planter after I got out.
Well, I bet a lot of things grew out of the planter, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
2-1 to Miguel Sano. So threw a breaking ball, and it's 2-2.
Now Ramirez, 28 years old, came up with the Red Sox in 2015. Grew up in the LA area. College ball at Cal State Fullerton in Southern California.
Breaking ball got him looking. 2 down. And that'll bring up Garver.
Second time Sano was struck out.
Well, it wasn't a strike. And here is Garver, who's walked twice. And now with 2 outs, if the Twins have any thought of trying to steal Kepler to second base, it might come early in this at bat. Ball, strike 1.
Now Ramirez pretty quick home. He utilized that slide step, and Max Kepler has only attempted 1 stolen base, and he was caught.
And Presley warming up. Kepler dives back.
Maldonado behind the plate. Very good throwing arm.
Breaking ball taken low. Seeing a lot of breaking balls from Ramirez. Down and in.
Yeah, that's a changeup right there.
2-1. Fastball down the middle. 2-2. Jeff Smith with, if not a whisper, a soft suggestion about maybe Ramirez's delivery. 2-2. And Kepler chased back to the bag. Looking at Kepler's lead. Is it big enough for a possible stolen base attempt? He goes and dribbled off the end of the bat by Garver. Kinsler, the second baseman, was covering the bag, and it looked like Garver was trying to poke something through the right side of the infield. All the things you talked about regarding Mike Scioscia and his catching expertise and what he can pass on to his catchers, the Twins have that advantage with the base runners. And you saw Mahler not so much watching home plate, but watching Kepler in his lead. See if he goes again. Not this time. And Garver swings through, strike 3. The prelude came from Eddie Rosario playing the Prince guitar. The real music came off of Grossman's bat. lead.
Well, the bad hop right there, that got past Valbuena, and that ended up allowing Kepler to score from first base. And the Twins tied it. Lance Lynn, 6 very good innings. He did a great job at damage control in that second inning. Bases loaded, ended up striking out Trout. And then the Twins take a 2-1 lead. Thanks to Grossman's second home run of the year. So both starters are out. Now it's turned over to the bullpens. And Ryan Presley, the first one out of the bullpen, making his 33rd relief appearance. He needs a clean outing right here. It's been a tough outing. Last couple have been very tough for Ryan. One against Cleveland, one against White Sox.
Actually been 4 in a row that haven't been very good. With going back to the series in Kansas City, gave up a home run in that game. So a lot of really good outings in a row. Now 4 straight that have been disappointing for Ryan. 1-0 to Fernandez. And a strike, 1-1. What we've seen from Ryan in those outings, increased velocity, but a lack of location. 1-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. When he's on, he is a weapon out of the bullpen.
Yes.
He can shut teams down for an inning, maybe 2.
About 43 strikeouts in 30 1/3 innings.
One and 2 to Fernandez. He's hit the ball hard twice, a single and a deep fly to center.
All 3 pitches have been curveballs.
Quicker breaking ball, and Garver throws to Morrison, 1 away.
That's a slider right there. Presley picks up his 44th strikeout in 30 2/3 innings.
1 down, and now Martin Maldonado. Because of Berrios's complete game yesterday, the bullpen's pretty well rested. Replay brought to you by Carrier.
See the 3 straight breaking balls and the slider down.
And a nice job by Garver blocking that pitch in the dirt. Maldonado with an RBI single and a strikeout. Low, ball 1. Angels with 4 hits, all singles, all of them in the second inning. Fouled off a foot. You're a catcher and you got bumps and bruises, contusions, and welts and all that, and then you stand up there as a batter and you bury one right into your left foot. This is going to take a little time here with Mike Scioscia and the trainer coming up. Right off the top of the left foot. No pad there, doesn't look like.
Ouch.
What's going on, Chris? How you doing? Join Minneapolis? Thursday. So you join Minneapolis? Yeah. Beautiful city.
One and 1. Slow breaking ball, but he left it very high. 2-1. Fastball at 97, but off the plate. Now 3-1 to the catcher.
Season number 6 for Ryan with the Twins. Came up in 2013.
pitch. Young on deck. And foul back. Full count. Adrianza, Barrios. Spectators tonight, at least so far. 3-2. Presley to Maldonado. Angels haven't had a base runner since Valbuena's 2-out walk in the third. To left field. A breaking ball hit to the wall. Maldonado not running well, but the ball dies against the fence, and it's a double with 1 out here in the 7th.
Yeah, it looked like a slider just stayed up right there. Maldonado picks up his 2nd hit. His 9th double of the year. Location. Yeah, breaking ball. Good swing by Maldonado. Rosario has to play it to Carom. Gets it back in.
And now Young will bat with Kinsler behind him. Snaps a breaking ball over for a called first strike. Kinsler's given up runs in 3 of his last 4 outings. Couple of hits in the 1 inning against Cleveland where he did not allow a run. 5 earned runs in his last 3 innings. Maldonado tending to that left foot that
he's limping a little bit, just taking his lead.
Now Garver's going to come out and go all the way to the mound for a mound visit. 2nd mound visit for the Twins tonight. Runner at 2nd now. Different signs maybe. Young has popped up to the infield twice tonight. Back. That's 0-2.
He left a breaking ball up right there. Young fouled it straight back.
Young's always been a strikeout guy. Guy'll chase out of the zone if Presley can get him here. Breaking ball down and away. 2nd strikeout of the inning. 2 down. Tying run at 2nd. Kinsler will bat. First we'll hear from Audra Martin.
Guys, we all know how much Eduardo Escobar loves Fogo de Chao. Well, last night, those frequent post-game shout-outs finally paid off. He was having dinner with his family when the general manager presented him with an official Fogo de Chao uniform. We're talking pants, shirts, even boots, the whole 9 yards. As he says, it was the best surprise ever, and he fully intends on wearing that uniform to the ballpark soon to impress his teammates. Says his Twins uniform is, of course, his favorite, but the Fogo uniform is now a very close second. With that triple tonight, I'm sure we'll get another shout out from Esky tonight, guys.
Very nice.
Fogo de Chao's about, what, 2 blocks from the ballpark here. Pretty convenient. Ball 1 to Kinsler. Single and 3 trips. Tying run at 2nd. 2 down. And time called by Garver. Presley trying to pitch around the 1-out double by Maldonado. Quicker breaking ball fouled.
Yeah, a lot of clubs that'll try to steal signs from the catcher. I'm just watching Maldonado at second base. A lot of them, will look in, see if they can find out what the indicator is, and being a catcher too.
Breaking ball over the inside corner. Kinsler slumps his shoulders. 1-2.
More breaking balls for Presley in this outing. And that's a strike. He caught the inner part.
Kinsler right on top of the plate with his hands over the inside corner. Chopped to the right side, but foul. Alfredo Griffin shared the Rookie of the Year award with John Castino back in '79 because of those hands.
He's been with Mike Scioscia a long time. Wearing that Angels uniform.
1-2 to Kinsler. Deep to left, and the Angels have taken the lead. Hanging breaking ball, and Kinsler was waiting for it. It's 3-2.
You can see the frustration of Ryan Presley. For Kinsler, his 7th home run of the year, his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Both Maldonado's double and Kinsler's home run on a breaking ball.
Well, that's a hanger right here. You want that breaking ball down. It stayed right there. Ryan giving up his 4th home run.
So the Angels lead by a run, 2 down, and here's Mike Trout. Strike 1.
And that's the 3rd home run Presley's given up in now the last 5 appearances.
And it just seems like it's not the fastball that's getting him in trouble. It's the breaking ball. And so he comes back with 2 fastballs to get ahead of Trout. Another fastball at 98. Trout keeps the at bat alive. So no win for Lance Lynn, even though he pitched well. With 2 extra base hits here in the 7th, the first Angel hits since the 2nd inning. High fly to short right field. Kepler coming in. And Presley stopped throwing breaking balls to Trout, got him out, but did not get Kinsler out. The Angels lead 3-2. breakfast locations and have your own charming getaway no matter where you stay. Choose from Victorian mansions, cottages in the woods, lakeside castles, log houses, and even renovated former buildings, all complemented by warm hospitality, gracious sharing of the area's offerings, and delicious food. Find unique getaways at exploreminnesota.com. Share your favorites with #OnlyNMN. Now the Twins have some work to do now with the 2-run home run by Kinsler. They trail by a run, and it'll be Ryan Lamar leading things off in the home half of the 7th.
And Ramirez out there to start the 7th inning.
Strike on the outside corner. Lamar has struck out twice. He'll be followed by Dozier and Rosario in the 7th. Twins just took the lead in the bottom of the 6th on Grossman's home run. Kinsler's home run put the Angels in front. 1-1. Sweeping breaking ball dropped down to the side a little bit, misfired. 2-1. Missing 3-1. Now, of course, Lamar's a leadoff hitter, but he also runs well. This is hardly the guy that Ramirez wants to walk with the top of the lineup duo.
Well, something away, I'm sure. See if he can slap it into right field.
3-1 to Lamar. Strike called. Lamar thought it might have been ball 4.
Yeah. 3-1 fastball.
Reached back, beat him with a fastball, 1 down. He's faced 3 men, struck them all out. Cheer on the Twins as they take on the Rangers Friday, June 22nd. And the first 10,000 fans get a nothing falls but raindrops Buxton bobblehead presented by Panther. Go to twinsbaseball.com/tickets if you'd like to learn more. 1 down, and now Dozier. Bryan with a fly to center and 2 strikeouts.
Probably the last batter that Ramirez will be asked to get right here. With Rosario on deck.
Half swing and a foul, 1 strike. In addition to the Angels not having much left-handed, not many left-handed hitters, they only have 1 left-handed reliever.
Yep. And that's Alvarez, and he's warming up in the bullpen.
1-1. Two and 1. Jose Alvarez, the only lefty warming up, will come in to face Rosario, one would think. Bryan chases a high fastball, 2-2. Presley on a breaking ball to the Angels second baseman. We'll see if Ramirez can hang one to the Twins second baseman. On the ground to third. Valbuena has it. 2 down. And Rosario will bat, but he will hit against Alvarez. Nice outing by Ramirez, facing 4 men, striking out 3 of them and getting Dozier on a weak ground ball. That's why they call it relief pitching. He provided some relief.
From the inside part of the plate to the outside part of the plate to the ones down the middle.
And Rosario 1 for 3 in the ball game tonight. Trying to do some damage here with 2 outs. Kinsler's 2-run home run on the top of this inning came with 2 outs. It will be Jose Alvarez.
Alvarez in his 5th season with the Angels. Fastball, low 90s, slurve type breaking ball. Very good circle changeup. He's done a good job out of that bullpen.
Outside, ball 1.
He's shown good control, only 6 walks in 27 innings pitched.
And just a couple of home runs allowed in 27 innings. Both of those home runs allowed to a left-handed batter. Fouled away, 1-1. You played with a pretty decent comp, Tony Oliva. He didn't care whether the pitcher was right-handed or left-handed, did he?
No, I always refer to Rosario, and I saw Tony yesterday at Tim Laudner's surprise birthday party and talked to him about Rosario, and he just kind of smiled, you know, when I told him. He reminds me so much of you.
Big swing and a miss, 1-2. That's what you like to see when we talk about Rosario and how he likes the big stage, the big moments, what you do late in ball games, and he's been one of baseball's best. 1-2. Tap to the right side. He's going to try to beat this out, and he's in safely. A head first slide, and Rosario with his 2nd hit, and he didn't hit it well.
Again, that looked like a breaking ball. That's probably a foot outside. Watch this breaking ball right here. He just kind of keeps those hands back so well, and then hustles down that line, dives over first base as the pitcher Alvarez tries to barehand it. Luckily, both players okay.
Alvarez equally effective against righties and lefties, and as we've been mentioning, the batter Escobar equally effective as a right-handed or left-handed batter. A single and a triple for Escobar tonight as a left-handed batter. Outside, ball 1.
That's the circle changeup right there by Alvarez. Rosario at first base, 5 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
Outside again, 2-0.
Back-to-back changeups.
And strikes and walks not an issue for Alvarez, but he's fallen behind the Twins cleanup batter. Third place hitter tonight, 2-0. Big swing and a miss. 2-1.
Couple changeups to about 80 miles an hour, then the 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
The league leader in doubles, Eduardo Escobar. And he hasn't hit one yet tonight.
Could have stopped at second, but he decided to get his first trip.
Two and one to Escobar. Not yet.
Rosario taking kind of a walking lead over at first base.
Three and one. Morrison on deck. I would think as a base runner, when a first baseman's playing where Fernandez has been playing, that would allow you to take a full step beyond what you might normally take for a lead. He's in no position standing there to put on a pickoff tag.
Well, what he could do, catch the ball and then kind of behind him slap that bag.
A high fly left center field. And Trout and Upton converge, and Trout made the call on the catch. We go to the eighth.
For you. 40 years ago today, June 8, 1978, the Twins took Bloomington Kennedy's own Kent Hrbek in the 17th round of the Major League Draft. Herbie played 14 seasons in a Twins uniform.
He was signed by Twins longtime scout Angelo Giuliani, and if you asked Angie 25 years later, what pen did you sign Kent Hrbek with, he would pull it out of his coat pocket and show you the pen that he signed Kent Hrbek to his contract. Very proud moment for Angie. Of course, great moment for Twins fans.
Angelo was a good baseball man.
If people are aware of this, may have heard of the name Addison Reed. will pitch next. You can see his numbers for the season. Angelo Giuliani was on the field for Lou Gehrig's farewell speech at Yankee Stadium. They were playing the Senators that day, and Angie was a backup catcher. And depending on what photograph you see of it, you can actually see Angie Giuliani on the field as Lou Gehrig made his infamous address. One strike to Justin Upton. And now 1-1.
Fastball slider. That's what the Angels will get from Addison Reed.
That's deep to left center field. Headed towards the bullpen, and it makes it. Upton with a home run, and now the Angels lead by 2.
For Upton, his 15th home run. It's a 6th home run that Addison Reed has allowed. So Upton came into this series swinging a hot bat. He got a fastball and hit it into the bullpen.
And now Pujols will bat. 0 for 3, a strikeout, 2 ground balls. At the knees, strike 1.
For Upton, that's his 4th home run over the last 5 games for the Angels.
1-1. That's hit high and deep to left center field. Rosario calling for it. On the edge of the track, 1 away. That'll bring up Valbuena. Valbuena's walk, bounced out and struck out. The Angels hitting some long balls against the Twins bullpen. Here's a fly to left field. Rosario walks in a couple of steps. 2 down. And before Cozart's at bat, let's go to Audra Martin.
Well, as we mentioned a few times tonight, it is Prince night here at Target Field. Before the game, Twins players wore special Prince-themed T-shirts during batting practice. Those shirts will be auctioned off to benefit Achieve Minneapolis for music grants in local public schools. Fans also received special edition inflatable Prince guitars, which were also a huge hit in the clubhouse earlier today. Members of Prince's family are here throwing out the first pitch, leading the 7th inning stretch. Guys, just a great night to honor a musical icon.
Well, thank you, Audra. Here is Zach Cozart. Single in 3 trips. Down and away. Leslie gave up a 2-run home run to Kinsler. Upton greeted Addison Reed with a solo home run. Now ball hitting on the ground. Escobar sets, fires. It is 4-2 Angels as we go to the bottom of the 8th.
to break through late in the game. We'll also break down Lance Lynn's performance. Another good outing for him today, as he's certainly turned things around here lately for the Minnesota Twins. And we'll head into the clubhouse to hear from Paul Molitor. That's all coming your way after the game, guys.
All right, Audra, another ball game where the Twins haven't been able to score much. One of the few they've had here in this homestand. Just 2 runs on the board. Morrison will lead off the 8th against Alvarez. Grossman and Kepler will hit. Morrison fouls it back.
Yeah, defensive change for the Angels. Fontana taking over at third base, and Valbuena, who was at third, takes over at first. So Fernandez out of the ball game.
Pino Ebel next to Mike Scioscia. 1 strike to Morrison. And a pitch up, 1-1.
One thing the Angels do not have, they don't have a certified closer.
Right.
A closer by committee.
Middleton's hurt. Parker's picked up 5 saves. Here's another foul back. Cam Bedrosian has a save.
Anderson has one. Couple.
Just trying to build an inning here. Never sent more than 5 men to the plate, and they've only done that 3 times. That's hit to center, but playable for Trout. 1 down. Grossman will bat, but first a reminder that the 2018 FIFA World Cup is coming to Fox and FS1. Every match is live and over 300 hours of coverage. The world's biggest sporting event, just 6 days away, only on Fox and FS1. Robbie Grossman will bat. Grossman is a left-handed batter, homered through the plaza in right field to give the Twins a very brief, too brief 2-1 lead. Strike at the knees.
Robbie's 2 home runs coming as a left-handed hitter. Better average from this side, hitting .263.
On the ground, hit right to the shortstop. Cozart has it. Over to Valbuena, 2 down.
And this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Here is Kepler, lefty against lefty. Kepler's average against lefties still over 300, although it's come down some. Takes low, ball 1. He had 19 hits all last year against lefties. He's already got 18 hits this year. Foul near the tarp and out of play. 1-1. Taken for a strike, and it's 1-2. And Kepler takes a high fastball. Down the line.
in there.
But twisting foul.
Well, the only lefty in their bullpen Alvarez has to get. These 3 outs here in the 8th inning.
Another 2-2 coming to Kepler. And he took a fastball on the outside corner. 2 to the 9th with the Angels up a pair. Now Tyler Duffy's going to come in and pitch the 9th inning for the Twins. He'll face the bottom 3rd of the Angel lineup.
Yeah, since Tyler got recalled back on the 31st of May, he's done a good job. This is his 4th appearance. He has a win out of the bullpen against the White Sox about 3 days ago. Worked 5 innings, given up 3 hits, no walks with 3 strikeouts.
Montana, who came in to play 3rd base, pushing Valbuena across to 1st base, will make his first plate appearance here. Just called up today.
He was up earlier this year, had played in 3 ball games and then sent back to Salt Lake to AAA affiliate.
Fontana, Maldonado, and Young here in the 9th. Strike 1 from Duffy. Drive to right. And Kepler puts it away, 1 down. For Maldonado's at bat, Target Field suites are available for single game rental for groups of 16 to 150 plus. You can choose from the intimate Premier Suites, flexible event suites, luxurious Puckett Suite, or the spacious Skyline Suites. No matter which you choose, food and beverages included with every purchase. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/groups or call 800-33-TWINS to schedule your suite at Target Field. This has been a homestand marked by maybe the best weather we've had during a homestand since this ballpark opened. And we hope that will continue throughout. And the Twins 5-3 coming into this game. Hope to put together a winning homestand. Maldonado takes a strike, 1-1. It's hit to the gap in right center. Kepler ranges over, puts the ball away, 2 down. do to have the bottom of their lineup, Sano, Garver, and Lamar, with Wilson, Petit, and Adrianza available off the bench. Strike on the outside corner.
So who's going to be the closer tonight?
Blake Parker.
Nice crowd here tonight. 28,383.
First 10,000 of them got the inflatable Prince guitars. One and two.
I mean, you got one. So that the first 9,999 got one.
I just looked in my locker here. And
I got one.
You got one too.
First 9,998 people.
Now last year the giveaway was the umbrella, and the umbrellas were really hot on eBay, like 150, 180 bucks. Some people got for them. I didn't sell mine. We still have mine in the closet. 1 and 2.
I didn't get one.
Maybe weren't here. And Duffy has a good 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I was, and I didn't get one.
Scored a lot of runs in this homestand, but only 2 tonight. And they find themselves down 4-2. It'll be Parker coming on for the save. He'll face Sano, then Garver and Lamar, or pinch hitters as they may be called upon.
Yeah, Blake Parker 5 for 6 in save opportunities, his 30th appearance. Fastball, split finger, and a curveball.
Sano lifts it foul.
Parker last year for the Angels 8 saves, but in the minor leagues he was kind of a guy in the minor leagues that did a lot of saving. 110 minor league saves for different organizations. He's pitched for the Cubs, the Mariners, the Yankees. Now in his 2nd season with the Angels.
Down and away, 1-1.
A little bit like Pat Neshek, all the different things he does to get set before he delivers the ball toward home plate. See the split finger set up in his hand. And he'll move it around if need be for another pitch.
Off the plate, 2-1.
Parker, 32 years old. Originally signed by the Cubs back in 2006. At the University of Arkansas.
2-1 to Sano. Foul back, a good cut and a full swing at the 94-mile-per-hour fastball. And this is where Miguel has found himself so often. And the results have been almost predictable. A breaking ball.
Well, Parker has that split finger too.
Something off speed,
right,
and Sano gets caught in between, and too many strikeouts and too many check swing strikeouts. Fastball and tapped it foul.
A lot of moving parts for Parker to get ready. Wonder how you get into a habit like that.
I would think through failure, doing things conventionally.
He looks for the sign. Nothing wrong with that. But here it goes. Up and down and all around. There's a split finger.
And Sano on a check swing, strikes out for the third time tonight. One down, and now Garver.
Yeah, that ball barely made it to home plate, so take a look at this swing. And there's that half swing that you were talking about at the beginning of the ballgame. Not letting it go, just unsure of his swing.
He could have made a full pass at that pitch. There was no way he could hit it. It's the pitch recognition, and it's just not there, and hasn't been there. One down, and now Garver. Garver with a couple of walks and a strikeout. Adrianza on deck. He'll hit for Lamar. Won't get any easier for Sano tomorrow. The Angels are starting a left-handed starting pitcher, and Sano's hitting 133 against lefties. We don't even know if he'll be in the lineup tomorrow.
Well, one thing about this Angels staff, whether it's be the starters or the relievers, they come into this ballgame third best earned run average in the American League, behind Houston and Boston.
That's the thing. Yeah, the Twins have scored a lot of runs in this homestand, but you know, the White Sox and the Indians haven't pitched as well as the Angels have this year. 1-1. Fastball on the outside corner.
Straight over the top fastball in the low 90s.
Garver does a nice job protecting the outside corner. Still 1-2.
Parker had a good year last year for the Angels. 71 relief appearances, 2.50 ERA with the 8 saves, 86 strikeouts and 67 innings pitched.
Check swing on pitch similar to the one that struck out Sano.
It's that split finger.
Off the plate, now 3-2. Again, Adrianza on deck. At least get a couple here, extend the game.
Well, it's got to be a fastball right here. They're up by 2. Don't want to walk this guy. That being Garver.
On the ground, hit right to the third baseman from Pana. And 2 away. That'll leave things up to Adrianza. Tomorrow it's a day game. And left-hander Tyler Skaggs will go for the Angels. Kyle Gibson for the Twins. 2 down in the 9th. Adrianza trying to keep the game alive for Dozier, who's on deck. Down and in, ball 1.
Adrianza as a pinch hitter, 1 for 3. He's a left-handed hitter, 0 for 2. Been swinging a pretty good bat as of late. If he can get on.
Both his home runs have come from this side of the plate. Just don't need a home run yet. And now 1-1. One and one to Adrianza. He didn't move out of the way, almost like he was willing to be hit by that pitch, but the ball missed him. 2-1. I don't like that. Don't duck out of the way. You need a base runner here.
Yep. Ball came very close.
To the gap in left center, but Upton is there to pick it off in his shoe tops, and the Angels win the opener 4-2.
Well, again, you knew you were coming in, and you're against a very good ball club. They've been winning a lot of ball games. It just didn't work out. Lynn pitched well, but Richards did also.
Well, Anthony, the Angels got very deflating news today regarding Shohei Ohtani, but they went out and won the opener of this ball game nonetheless.
They take the first game of the series 4-2, coming from behind to do so. We'll break down the pitching matchup tonight. Lynn against Richards. We'll hear from Paul Molitor, and we'll preview the rest of the series. It's all coming up next on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink.